الحمد لله وكفى والصلاة والسلام على النبي المصطفى سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to the Jews from the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, where we discuss different topics from the ahadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And our topic for tonight will be speaking about Nameemah. Nameemah, carrying tales, to take information from this person to that person, from that person to this person, with the intention of causing frictions, intention of causing, fights, frictions, problems. It is a disease, very, very dangerous and serious disease, spiritual disease, which we all have to try our level best to abstain from. Nameemah can cause, families to split. Husband and wife can divorce because of Nameemah. Now, two brothers can stop talking to each other because of Nameemah. Two sisters can stop talking to each other because of Nameemah. Nameemah, carrying tales, is very, very much dangerous. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Holy Quran, now, ما يلفظ من قول إلا لديه رقيب عتيد, that whatever we utter, there is no word that we utter except that there is a sentinel, there is an angel ready to record whatever we are going to say. So that's why we have to be very careful, about what we hear and what we say. Why? Because they are malaika recording our deeds, good and bad deeds. Kiraman katibin يعلمون ما تفعلون. These kiraman katibin يعلمون ما تفعلون, they know what you do. Now, so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also saying regarding Namam, the person who carries tales, وَلَا تُطِعِ كُلَّ حَلَّافٍ مَهِينٍ. Do not obey every halaf. Halaf is a person who swears a lot. He takes a lot of oath. Why? Because he wants people to believe in him. He wants people to believe in whatever he is saying. Now, وَلَا تُطِعِ كُلَّ حَلَّافٍ مَهِينٍ. Now, because he wants people to believe in him or in whatever information, he is bringing to them. So he takes oath to say, Wallahi, I heard somebody speaking ill about you. Wallahi, I heard them, plotting against you. So by doing that, he is going to cause friction. He's going to cause, fights. He's going to cause someone's, relationship. He will cause somebody's job. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَلَا تُطِعِ كُلَّ حَلَّافٍ. Do not obey every halaf, the person who always takes oath. Now, mahini, he is worthless. So because he feels that he is worthless in a family or in the community, so he's looking for attention. For the people to give him attention, he takes oath in order for them to believe in whatever he is saying. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala carries on saying, Hammazin, Masha'im binamim. Hammazin, he is always criticizing others. Always criticizing others. Hammazin. Now, Masha'in binamim. He walks around and circulates with Nameemah. He circulates with Nameemah, going around carrying tales, carrying information or bringing information to people. Now, and he says, Manna'il lil khair. Manna'il lil khair. He stops good. He does not like that people get goodness. Manna'il lil khair. He's always stopping good from coming to the people. Now, he knows something is coming to somebody. A proposal is coming to a family. Now, he will go there and start causing fitna. Now, in order for him to stop the goodness that is coming to the family. Now, so that is amalu shaitan. It is an evil and handiwork of shaitan. We should abstain from this. Manna'il lil khair, mu'tadin athim. Mu'tadin means he is a transgressor. He doesn't care whether what he is doing is a sin or not. He keeps on doing, what pleases his nafs. What pleases his nafs. Nam mu'tadin athimin. He is a sinner. Utullin ba'da dhalika zanim. Now, Utullin, he is very, very rough. He is violent. He is vulgar. Now, Utullin ba'da dhalika zanim. Zanim, he has got low esteem. He has got low esteem. Now, so this is the verse from the Quran, now, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is warning us from listening or taking information from a namam. A namam is a very despicable person. Now, is a person with two faces. A namam is a person with two faces. He comes to you with a face, and he goes to another person with a different face. Now, so in Arabic is called Dhul Wajhain. Dhul Wajhain. The hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam says that Dhul Wajhain, a person with two faces, on the day of Qiyamah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give him two tongues in Jahannam. How many tongues? Two tongues in Jahannam. Tongues of fire. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala save us. قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم تجدون شر الناس. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, you will find people who are evil. People who do evil. شر الناس. ذا الوجهين. People with two faces. People with two faces. الذي يأتي هؤلاء بوجه وهؤلاء بوجه. Now, a person who will come to these people with a face, a different face, and he takes information from them, and he goes to the next group with a different face. Now, here he will show or pretend that he is with them. He is with them, but in reality, he is not with this group. He is there to, carry tales, to transfer information from them to the other group or to the other person, with intention of creating, friction, creating fitna amongst the people. Now, and also, a namam is most hated, by Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, "Inna abghadakum ilayya al-masha'una bin Nameemah." Inna abghadakum ilayya al-masha'una bin Nameemah. That the most hated person to me is al-masha'una bin Nameemah. Are those people who circulate and go around and spread Nameemah and make Nameemah, carrying tales. Imagine if the Rasul of Allah sallallahu alayhi wasallam says these words. He was such a kind person. He was such a loving person. So much so that the Sahaba of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, each of them felt special in the company of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. He felt that he was so much beloved by him than others. Yet Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, when he speaks about Nameemah, when he reprimands the namam, he says, "Inna abghadakum ilayya al-masha'una bin Nameemah." The most hated person, towards me is al-masha'una bin Nameemah. Are those who walk around, causing fitna, carrying tales, causing frictions amongst the people. Al-mufarriquna bayna al-ahibba. Al-mufarriqun, causing divisions between al-ahibba, beloved ones, meaning friends, two friends. You will find that the two friends, they were friends for so long. Let's say they were friends for 15 years, 20 years, 30 years. Now, can you see how long is this period of friendship or this period of a very healthy relationship. A husband and wife, they were married for many years. But in 1 second, now 1 second or 5 minutes, and the mom comes and he caused a split amongst the two. Now, people who have been together in a relationship for 30 years, for 40 years, then in the mom, a person carrying tales, he brought in information now, and that relationship came to zero. Now, it is very, very dangerous, very, very dangerous. Now, and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, فَإِنَّ فَسَادَ ذَاتَ الْبَيْنِ هِيَ الْحَالِقَةِ. That, spoiling relationship between people, here al-haliqa, it is a shaver. It is a shaver. Something that shaves now. But here we're not talking about, a blade or something. It is something that will shave you away your deen. It will destroy your deen. It will affect your iman. Now, so we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to protect us from this, sickness of Nameemah. So we're taking a short break, inshallah, and when we come back, inshallah, we will carry on speaking about the outcoming of Nameemah. See you after this, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back, and tonight we are discussing Nameemah. Nameemah means to carry tales, to take news, information from this person to the next person with the intention of, causing frictions, causing division between the two people, So it's a disease, as I said before the break. It's a disease, it's a spiritual disease which need to be treated by, making tawbah and abstaining from it, and through dua, asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help you, stay away from this kind of disease, or this kind of this quality, evil quality, which is from shaitan. Now, so in Namam, a person carrying tales is able to do what? To separate between husband and wife. Now, Imam Al-Hafiz Al-Dhahabi, rahimahullah, he mentions in his book called Kitab Al-Kaba'ir, now, about a man who was selling his slave. He was selling his slave not because the slave had maybe faults. No. He didn't have faults. He was a very strong slave, except that he only had one aib, one fault. So he was screaming in the market, I'm selling a slave, I'm selling a slave. Now, and he would say, Laysa alayhi aibun illa annahu nammamun. He does not have any aib, any fault, except that he is a namam. He does have a weakness of spreading, making Nameemah, causing fitna amongst the people. So somebody heard him, making this announcement. So he went, he checked the slave, and he liked the slave. He took him, he bought him. So few days after, buying the slave, now he started causing his fitna. He started causing mischief between husband and wife. He goes to the wife, the slave boy goes to the wife of his master, and he says to her that, you know what, your husband is about to take a second wife. He wants to leave you, and he wants to marry the second wife. Allahu Akbar. She was in shock. She became very much, shocked. Is he going to take to marry the second wife? Is he going to have another wife? Allahu Akbar. So now this slave boy, he wanted to give this lady a plan, a master plan. He says to her, to the wife of his master, that, you know what, I can help you to stop him from marrying the second wife. So what you have to do is, when he is sleeping, at night when he is sleeping, you should go with a knife, and bring me two strings of his beard. You should bring me 2 strings of his beard, meaning you have to cut with a knife the 2 strings of the beard, of his beard, and bring the 2 strings of beard to me. Now, so she agreed. And after that, he went to the husband and he said to the husband that, you know what? Your wife is having an affair. She is in love with another man. And she loves him so much that she is planning to kill you. She's planning to end your life. I overheard her saying that she wants to kill you tonight with a knife. So you should do this. When it is the time for you to sleep, tanawam, you should act as if you are sleeping. You will see what's going to happen. So when the night came, this man did exactly as he was instructed by his slave boy. Now, all of a sudden, he saw his wife coming with a knife. Now, as she leaned towards him and she wanted to cut the 2 strings of his beard, now it became obvious that no, this lady was about to kill him. He took a hold of a knife and he killed his wife. He took a knife that she was holding and he slaughtered his wife. So in the morning, the family of his wife, when they came, they wanted to visit, So they found that no, their daughter was dead. He got killed by the husband. So they became angry. They took a knife, they killed the husband as well. So how many people died now? 2 people. 2 people died because of false, false news. So the husband killed the wife. The family of the wife killed the husband. Now a war started between 2 families. The family of the husband started fighting with the family of the wife. Now, so we have to be very careful because Nameemah can lead to bloodshed. Nameemah can lead to divorce. And Nameemah is a twin of Ghiba. Ghiba, to talk ill, to talk bad, to backbite, to speak ill behind somebody's back in his absence. Start speaking bad about a person. So Nameemah is a twin of Al-Ghiba. Now, they're both dangerous. Now, so there is a punishment in the grave for a person doing Nameemah. There is a punishment in the grave. أخرج البخاري ومسلم من حديث ابن عباس رضي الله عنهما. Now, Imam Bukhari and Imam Muslim, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala shower his mercy upon them. They recorded in their books, in a hadith of Ibn Abbas رضي الله عنهما, قال مر رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم بقبرين فقال, Rasulullah صلى الله عليه وسلم once passed by 2 graves, and he said, إنهما يعذبان, both the inhabitants of this grave are being punished in their graves. The inhabitants of these graves are being punished in their graves. إنهما يعذبان وما يعذبان في كبير, and they are not getting the punishment of something that it is difficult to do. Now, it's not of something major to do, but the sin is great. The sin is great. Now the sin is great. Sometimes we without us taking notice, or without us considering it a sin, or maybe because we are so used of it, we take it very light. Wallahi, it affects our iman. Nameemah and Ghiba affects a person's iman. It affects a person's akhirah. Now, it affects a person's akhirah. Remember, before the break, we spoke about the verse of the Quran where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is warning us. وَلَا تُطِعِ كُلَّ حَلَّافٍ مَهِينٍ مَشَّاءٍ بِالنَّمِيمٍ مَشَّاءٍ هَمَّازٍ مَشَّاءٍ بِنَمِيمٍ. Now, don't obey every person who will always come to you and takes oath. I am telling you the truth about this person. This person is, plotting against you. Don't always obey this kind of people. Now, are people who are always criticizing others. Hammaz, Masha'in binamim. They circulate with Nameemah, carrying news of people, to incite, or to with the intention of creating frictions among the people. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he passed by two graves and he saw that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala showed him, the two inmates of the grave being punished in their graves. Not for something very difficult to abstain. It's very easy to abstain. Now, but they took these two deeds lightly. Now, they took them lightly. And they were getting punished because of that. أما أحدهما فكان يمشي بالنميمة. As for one of them, he used to spread Nameemah, go around with Nameemah, carrying tales, causing fitna, causing fasad amongst the people. So, وأما الآخر فكان لا يستتر من بوله. As for the other one, he was not conscious about his urine. He never used to be conscious about his urine, meaning he never used to make istinja. Now, and we are taught in Islam that whenever we after relieving ourselves, we have to make istinja, and that we should not stand up and pass urine. Why? Because it splashes. It might splash onto our clothes, and body, and being a result of that, we cannot perform salah like that. And if we perform salah in that condition, our salah will not be accepted. Now, but the topic here is about Nameemah. Nameemah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he calls a namam, a fasiq. He says, Ya ayyuha alladhina amanu, in ja'akum fasiqun binaba'in fatabayyanu. O believers, if a fasiq is an open sinner, a person who openly commits a sin. Now, in ja'akum fasiqun binaba'in, if a fasiq comes to you or brings any information to you, fatabayyanu, you should verify. Don't just accept the information that the fasiq is bringing. You should verify. Now, an tusibu qawman bijahalatin, lest you afflict people in ignorance, without knowing that the person has brought false information. Now, fatusbihu ala ma fa'altum nadimin, and thereafter you become regretful. Oh, you have punished somebody innocently without knowing. You have done something. You have made somebody or chased someone from the job. You have taken someone out of the job. Why? Because of false information that was brought to you. Now, so my dear brothers and sisters, Nameemah, it is something very much bad. It is a bad quality. It is something that it does affect a person's iman and can also affect a person's akhirah. We have to try our level best to abstain from Nameemah, and Nameemah is a twin of al-ghiba. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protection. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to keep us on guidance. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, grant us, hidayah at all times, that we meet Him in the condition that He will be happy with us, inshallah, until we meet again. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.